Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, and a brand new month, so welcome to March. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today, in an entertainment spotlight, you being part of my conversation with entrepreneur Kenneth Leffall. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, U.S. panel endorses third vaccine option from Johnson & Johnson. A U.S. advisory panel has endorsed the new one-dose COVID-19 vaccine from Johnson & Johnson as a third option to bolster the national effort against the coronavirus pandemic. Advisors to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention voted overwhelmingly to recommend the vaccine for adults 18 years old and up. The ruling followed emergency clearance of the vaccine by U.S. regulators a day earlier. Members of the group emphasized that all three vaccines now available in the U.S. are highly protective against the worst effects of the virus, including hospitalizations and death. Johnson & Johnson plans to ship several million vaccine doses to states in the coming week, delivering a total of 20 million shots by the end of March. Health officials are eager to have an easier-to-use vaccine against COVID-19, which has now killed in the United States 511,000 Americans and continues to mutate in troubling ways. CDC recommendations are not binding on state governments or doctors, but are widely heeded by the medical community. The same CDC panel previously recommended use of the two vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, authorized in December. In more national news, Biden team readies wider economic package after virus relief. Looking beyond the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, President Joe Biden and lawmakers are laying the groundwork for another top legislative priority, a long-sought boost to the nation's roads, bridges, and other infrastructure that could run into Republican resistance to a hefty price tag. Biden and his team have begun discussions on the possible outlines of an infrastructure package with members of Congress, particularly mindful that Texas' recent struggles with power outages and water shortages after a brutal winter storm present an opportunity for agreement on sustained spending on infrastructure. Republicans say if the White House approach on the COVID relief bill, which passed the House Saturday on a near-party line vote and now heads to the Senate, is a sign of things to come for Biden's plan on infrastructure and other initiatives, it could be a difficult road ahead in Congress. A White House proposal could come out this month. Now is the time to be aggressive, said Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, a former South Bend, Indiana mayor who knows potholes. At a conference with state and local highway officials Thursday, he referred to the often promised, never achieved mega initiative on roads and bridges that came from the Trump administration. I know you are among those who are working and waiting most patiently, or maybe impatiently, for the moment when Infrastructure Week would no longer be a kind of Groundhog's Day promise, but actually be something that delivers generational investments, Buttigieg said in a statement. Much of America's infrastructure, roads, bridges, public drinking and water systems, dams, airports, mass transportation systems, and more, is in need of major restoration after years of underfunding, according to the American Society of Civil Engineers. In more national news, crisis deepens for Cuomo. AG wants to lead harassment probe. The crisis enveloping Governor Andrew Cuomo deepened on Sunday as the state's attorney general demanded he grant her the authority to investigate claims he sexually harassed at least two women who worked for him. Democrats statewide appear to be abandoning Cuomo in large numbers as the attorney general rejected two proposals by the governor for an investigation of his conduct. Under the governor's first plan, announced Saturday evening, a retired federal judge would have reviewed his workplace behavior. In the second proposal, announced on Sunday morning, in an attempt to appease legislative leaders, Cuomo said he had asked James and the state chief appeals court judge to jointly appoint a lawyer to investigate the claims and issue a public report. And finally, in entertainment news, Tom and Jerry gives box office some life with $13.7 million opening. A not-so-distant recovery for moviegoers could be glimpsed on Sunday as Warner Brothers' live-action animation hybrid Tom and Jerry debuted with $13.7 million in ticket sales, the best domestic opening of the year. The better-than-expected opening came despite just 42% of U.S. theaters being open, according to data firm Comscore. Tom and Jerry also played in 2,400 North American cinemas simultaneously, as it did in the home, where it's streaming on HBO Max for a month. Yet Tom and Jerry still managed the second-best opening of the pandemic following Warner Brothers' Wonder Woman 1984, which launched with $16.7 million in December, while also landing on HBO Max. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Focus on quality to make all your life experiences more meaningful. It is not the quantity of time that matters. It is the quality of the experience during every life moment. One fulfilling experience can eclipse many empty moments. Every minute is an opportunity to love yourself and others. Take quality time to develop self-confidence, self-respect, and exhibit courage. When you focus on quality foods, a modest portion will nourish and satisfy you. Also, a few hours of deep sleep can leave you feeling more refreshed than an entire night of interrupted sleep. Today, focus on quality rather than quantity to make all your life experiences meaningful. And remember, enjoy the day.
Kenneth Leffall is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Entrepreneur Kenneth Leffall joined me recently on Conversations Live's radio show to talk about what it's been like for him to see all of his hard work paying off. Here's a bit of our conversation.
I want to start off with where we are now, Kenneth. Here we are in 2021. You've done a lot, both for yourself professionally as well as personally. What has it been like for you, Kenneth, to kind of look at what you've been able to achieve and all the great things that are coming your way?
Oh, man, it's been a blessing, man. Just to see these type of things unfold, it really is a dream. And I've been working hard, trying to get to that point ever since I was 19 years old. And so now just being able to have work and other workers working for me, I never know what that feeling was. I didn't know it would be like this. And so I just want to say that it's just amazing, truly blessing.
Yeah. So, I have been doing this show now for 17 years. It'll be 18 years this July, Kenneth. And I know the work that goes into being able to build something of your own. Have you always known that you wanted to work for yourself, that you wanted to be your own boss?
Yeah. I guess when I was really younger, I grew up, I had my uncles that really influenced me, and they all had their own businesses. So it's been in my blood for a long time, and I didn't really know exactly. When you get out of high school, you don't know exactly what you want to do, so I had to think quickly. And so by being in the construction backfield already, it just made it easier for me to go ahead and choose that. And being in Mississippi, by being an agricultural state, there's not many genres you can choose from that's going to be successful over a certain amount that can be above poverty. And so just my uncles always I seen them doing good my whole life. And so I said, they're doing good in that field. I can do it too.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.